within a community, whether it is between communities, or whether it's even among nations in the
Hello and welcome to Kica's Corner. My name is Kica Matos and I am your host. On this show, we talk about our community, we talk about the city of New Haven, we talk about the world, but always, we always do it through a social justice lens. Let's get started. Our topic today is Puerto Rican Bomba. We're going to talk about the bomba, what it is, where it came from. We're also going to speak to some members of a new group called Proyecto Cimarrón. It was recently stood up and created in New Haven, in our city. In the spirit of full disclosure, I am a member of that group, but you'll be happy to know I'm not going to be interviewing myself. There are three members who are with us who are going to talk to us about Proyecto Cimarrón. So what is Puerto Rican bomba? The bomba is both a form of dance and it is a form of music. It's recognized as the first original music from Puerto Rico. It is also Black music. It was created over 400 years ago by enslaved Africans who were forced to work in the sugar plantations by the Spaniards who colonized the island. Bomba was a way for the enslaved from different tribes to communicate through music. It was also a means by which they were able to bear their collective souls at bomba gatherings and to celebrate, mourn, or mark significant events. Bomba music and gatherings were also used to plan slave rebellions. The instruments that are used in the bomba, and we're going to hear some of them today, they include the drums, known as barriles, sticks called cuas, and one maraca. There's almost always a singer who plays the one maraca, and Addis just held up the maraca. There are about 16 different bomba rhythms, and 6 of those are the most popular and commonly heard throughout the island of Puerto Rico and also in the mainland United States. At bomba gatherings, there is a circle that is formed in front of the drummer, known as the bate. This is the circle that those who want to dance step into. One of the most fascinating things about the bomba is that it is the drummer, one of the drummers known as the primo, or subidor, who follows the dancer, not the other way around. So when you're at a bate watching, the dancer and the drummer communicate. Watch the way that the drummer follows the steps of the dancer. Bomba as a genre has changed over time. It actually was once a dying art that several decades ago was intentionally revived by Black Puerto Ricans. Today, bomba has evolved and thrived, and it's become a community expression of Afro-Puerto Rican culture. It is now one of the most popular forms of folk music on the island and actually outside of the island, particularly in the mainland United States. Not only is it a source of Black Puerto Rican expression, but it has also become a type of music that is often linked to social justice, liberation, and resistance. In rallies for social justice, and other rights and racial justice, including being one of them, you often hear the sounds of bomba music and dance. With me in the studio today are 3 fabulous, amazing bomberas. They are Puerto Rican women who are members of the group I mentioned, Proyecto Cimarrón. Let me quickly introduce them. First is Addis Castillo. Addis is a leader in the youth advocacy space and in the social justice space in New Haven. She's the executive director of Citywide Youth Coalition. And she's also a leading bombera in the city, and she's definitely establishing a reputation in bomba circles on the island and around the United States. Addis is a drummer, she's a singer, she is a dancer, and most recently, she's also become a songwriter. Addis, welcome to the show.
For having me.
Yay.
We also have Monica Matos, also known as Cookie. Cookie is her nickname. She is the quad player, and Cookie is also a serious photographer. You will often see her throughout the city with a camera, taking amazing photos, and she's actually helped us catalog Bomba in New Haven. Cookie, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Natasha Velez, who unfortunately can't be with us for the duration of the show. She's a healthcare advocate, so you see her with her uniform. As a bombera, Natasha sings coro, she plays the maraca, and she is one of our primary dancers. Bomberas, welcome to the show. Really happy you're with us. And I'm gonna ask, you're very welcome. Let me ask all of you the same question, and I want to start with Natasha since she's going to have to leave early. Tell me why each of you became involved with the Bomba and why. Natasha.
Thank you, Kica. I started dancing Bomba, like you were saying, when I was 6. I always been in the crowd, in the eye, and always fascinated with the culture and the dance and the music. I just want to relate saying that the music is not only the culture, but it's also a way to express our feelings, our emotion, and música de resistencia. And I always wanted to become a bomba dancer because it's my blood. I always travel and learning more, experiencing more, really understand the fundamental of bomba. And it's not only one person, it's a collab of different drummers, different singers, different dancer. And bomba, I think it should just keep going. And then when I started, it wasn't that popular. Now that it is right now. So dancing bomba is one of my greatest habits, I guess. And I like to be part of it.
Beautiful. Addis, tell us about your journey into the Bomba.
So I was doing work. So I've been dancing since like maybe I was 11 or 12, but most of my dancing has been rooted because it's been up here, has been rooted in American-based culture. So like my earliest forms of dance that I learned were West African dancing and hip hop. Outside of that, like being young in Puerto Rico, I learned plena. It's funny, I know plena, but I knew nothing about bomba. Bomba was not something that was ever brought to my understanding. So I went on a trip to Guinea in 2019, and I spent the entire time that I was there drumming and dancing. And it just kind of wakened me up, and I started to ask myself, what are the things that my ancestors did? I just started thinking that. So I went on vacation right after that retreat to Puerto Rico, and I stayed in Loíza, right across the street from El Batey de los Ayala. I kid you not. I didn't even know, like I didn't connect it yet. But in looking at the flag of Loíza and just the cultural around me, I kind of started thinking to myself, well, I had never learned my own culture, my own practices. So I started looking for them, and I stumbled upon it. I sought it out wanting to learn because I was like, I'm comfortable doing West African dancing, but I feel like there's a piece that's missing in this conversation. And when I came into the bomba, man, it just kind of blew me up. It started off wanting to be a part of Movimiento, to getting cast in La Negra when we did the musical over at Yale. Mm-hmm. That was really unexpected. And then when pandemic hit, I just started taking lessons online from different dope bomberas from around the country, and I'm sold. Like now I don't even remember what my life was like without it, which is kind of weird to even say that. So I'm new in the space. I'm 3 years in, but man, it feels like I was always supposed to be here. So I'm just grateful that I'm there.
And for those of you who are listening, Loíza is a very Afro-Boricua part of the island. It has the highest concentration of Black Puerto Ricans, and La Negra is a play that was written by a Yale student a couple of years ago. Performed it at one of the Yale theaters, and they tapped some of us to be a part of the play. Monica, talk to us about your journey into the Bomba.
Well, it's fairly recent. I still got my training wheels on, but I think I'm fortunate enough that I have a sister who's been with the Bomba movement for a while and introduced me to it. But it's, how could you not? I mean, when you're fortunate enough to be surrounded by it, to be welcomed by the Bomba community, it just opens up a whole new level of empowerment. I mean, growing up in Puerto Rico, we, went to private schools, and we always ended up sort of being, las negritas in the school, and we sort of grew up feeling like your Blackness was something to be kept hidden or in the back shelf or only exposed to certain areas. But it was, we were, often, I should speak for myself, oftentimes almost made to feel ashamed of your own Blackness. And the beauty of a Bomba, it just empowers you. It just makes you so proud of your Blackness, and how could you not help but share with everyone and, just shout it from the rooftops, and so it's very, very empowerment, and it brings a certain togetherness. And it's really nice to be surrounded by people with the same pride and joy when it comes to sharing your Afro-Boricua and your Afro-Latino heritage. So it's very, very empowering and very, very uplifting. And there's a beautiful sense of togetherness and community that Bomba introduces you to.
And let me add just one of the layers that is always a part of the Bomba dialogue is the Afro-Boricua part of it. It is rooted in Blackness, and it has become a source of pride for Black, not just Black Puerto Ricans, but definitely Black Puerto Ricans have been able to manifest their pride and their power through Bomba music. But if you go to any bate, you will see people of different races, Puerto Ricans of different races participate in the Bomba. You're listening to Kica's Corner on WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio, broadcasts at 103.5 FM and live streamed at newhavenindependent.org. Let's talk about the group Proyecto Cimarrón.
Actually, before we do that, do you mind if we turn the question over to you? We'd love to hear.
Yeah, I know, right? Why are you different? You gotta
part of it too.
Yeah, my journey is not that different from all of you. I actually have always loved the Bomba. Every time I listen to the Bomba, it feels like it makes my heart beat extra hard. I came into the Bomba almost at exactly the same time Addis did. I was at a retreat in Puerto Rico. They brought this Bomba group to perform. I was leaving the organization I was working at. They knew how much I love the Bomba. And they formed a dance circle, a bate, and the lead singer, who was also the lead dancer, pulled me into the bate. And I realized that this music that I love, this form of culture that I love so much, I didn't know how to dance the Bomba. And she said, just follow me. She was very gracious. But afterwards, I thought, I'm a Black Puerto Rican woman, and I don't know that much about Bomba other than appreciating the music. So I came back to New Haven, and that's when I started taking workshops. And since then, like Addis, I don't remember my life before the Bomba, and it's certainly a form of music and dance that helps strengthen who I am and how I show up in these spaces. So thank you for asking. And let's talk about Proyecto Cimarrón. First, I want to ask, and I'll leave it up to whoever wants to answer. People are going to ask, what the hell is a cimarrón? So tell us, whoever wants to pipe in, what is a cimarrón?
All right, because I know someone's going to go on Google and they're going to do it, right? So cimarrón as the word alone means maroon. It means maroon in Spanish. That's all it means, right? But to contextualize it, in Puerto Rico, cimarrón was the name that was given to enslaved, not just Africans, because remember the Taínos, we were enslaved together, we were mixing and what have you. So when we got tired of them sugar canes, we ran into the mountains. And that was the name that was given to those who ran away for their liberation, and they hid in the mountains. They preserved their culture. They fought when necessary. But essentially, it's a Cimarrón really speaks to the spirit of our ancestors' liberation.
And Natasha, talk to us about how this group came together. We are all founding members. How did we find each other?
How we found each other, because we previously was in a different group, and then we all feel like we had the same image and what we wanted to pursue, what we wanted to bring Bomba in the community. What is Bomba? Because people think of Bomba as just a performance, but we don't want to just do that. We just want to be able to express and desarrollar nuestro talento, because antes I was limited de hacer las cosas, but now is I can be able to do dance, coro, maraca. So that's why that's all los cimarrones is like, is collective. As ustedes dieron una palabra anteriormente that got me into thinking when they can say Afro-Boricua. When people say Afro-Boricua, they see me as the Boricua part. They don't see me as African part. You get what I'm saying? But they don't see when I started the Bomba, my first teacher was for Loisa, Sarai Ayala. So I started dancing Bomba por ella, porque yo me gustaba la cultura y lo que era. And I kind of broke the statistic of people saying like, I'm música de negro, but it's not only that, it's music of the community. So having this group with different talent, different colors, different idea, personality, talent, skills, we are able to change that image and be able to pursue it to another level. I guess that's how we became as Cimarrones.
And Monica, talk to us about the members of the group. How many of us? What do we do? How are we showing up?
Well, there are 7 of us at the moment.
Yeah.
I am, like I said, the newest member, so I'm the rookie of the group. Hence why I still have my training wheels. And we all come from very, very diverse backgrounds, which is, a part of the beauty of I think of our group. Just like Natasha said, we each come in with, there's certain elements that we share. There's certain elements that we don't, but we're introducing those things to each other. And Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to us about what each person does.
Well, I play the kwa at the moment, and Adis, I'll start with the corner. Adis is, I think I'll steal Kica's word. Adis is kind of like a unicorn in that she is a master of all trades, or mistress of all trades, I guess. She is equally adept at dancing, at singing, at playing the riles, and she knows how to own the stage. So and then I'll go over to Kica. Kica plays the buleador. She's quite mean at it, and she also dances. Adis also dances. I forgot to mention that. And I don't think I've seen Kica shake the maraca as yet, and I haven't.
But she's learning how to be a prima player. Don't sleep.
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
she's learning.
And I don't know if she's done the kwa as of yet.
It's coming.
But so I know Kica's got quite a history there, and then Natasha. I have to say Natasha is the prima donna dancer. I mean, she owns the stage. She's now doing a mean job shaking the maraca. And I think I've heard her photo every now and then. So I think she's getting a lot more confident with her vocals.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and like I said, I'm just learning the kwa. At some point, I might try my hand at the buleador. And Kica just gave me a beautiful maraca from Puerto Rico. So at some point, you're going to see me shaking the maraca.
Awesome.
And then we have 3 other members. Naomi Velez.
That's my sister.
Yeah, and then we have twins. Yes, they are known affectionately as the twins. And then Carlos Cruz, who is an Afro-Antillean Black poet. He's known as the Prince of Black Poetry. He's also a drummer and a singer.
Master drummer.
And a craftsman. He makes the
Yeah.
instruments.
He makes Puerto Rican instruments. He made the kwa that Cookie uses. And then Asher Delerme is our newest drummer. Asher is a prodigious and very well-known percussionist who actually has performed in Carnegie Hall on numerous occasions. I am wondering if we have 10 minutes more for the show, if we can do a little bit of, so we launch on the 9th of April, which is a Saturday at 6 p.m. at Citywide Youth Coalition offices, 928 Chapel Street. For those of you who are listening and want to join us, it's free. There will be food, there will be drinks. Come and join us, listen to us, come and dance with us. At the end, we will open up the bate for anybody who wants to take part. But in the meantime, I think everybody's bought their instruments. And Natasha, I don't know if you can dance from where you are, but why don't we do a little bit? I have my drum, I will play it very softly. But Addis, call it. Let's do a little bit of the bomba right here.
I like this. This is spontaneous. I like this.
¿Cuál canción?
La Central.
Okay.
You can't mess up a jubal. We got the jubal right. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Están gritando allá en la hacienda. Los negros Congo están de fiesta. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Están gritando allá en la hacienda. El negro Congo están de fiesta. Oye, mamá, si usted lo viera. Hay negro Congo por donde quiera. Hoy parece que somos libres. Quien en el diablo se lo creyera. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Mamá, me voy para la Central. Están gritando allá en la hacienda. Los negros Congo están de fiesta. Están gritando allá en la hacienda. Los negros Congo están de fiesta.
Yeah!
That was a little dose, just a little.
There was a little.
That's a tease. A tease.
Yes, there was a little bit of a delay, so pardon the
But then,
a little bit
I
of
get the idea.
disconnection. But you got the gist. That's us. That's who we are. Please come join us on Saturday at 6 p.m. April 9th at Citywide Youth Coalition offices, 928 Chapel Street. Just
Mention some of the
question.
future gigs we have, like the one.
Yes, we are also.
the
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead, Addis. Why don't you tell us about our upcoming gigs?
All right, I have to disconnect.
Bye.
Bye. Love ya.
See you
See you
soon.
Tuesday.
Not only will we be debuting on April 9th, we have a couple of lined up performances, which includes we're opening act for La Cafeteras for the Arts and Ideas Festival on June 25th. So that means that's an early performance, early evening. We also have some other gigs that are in the making that we are in the process of solidifying. And I think it goes without mention that we are real clear that we're not just here to perform. We're here to hold space, to educate, to liberate. Esto es para gozar y para sanar, because in Bomba we say that when you do this work, you are te estás curando, you're curing yourself, you're starting to heal yourself. So we intend to create as many spaces as possible for the enjoyment and that joy and that liberation to be the cure of your soul.
Right, Bomba Love.
Yes, Bomba Love. You're listening to Kica's Corner on WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio, broadcast at 103.5 FM and live streamed at newhavenindependent.org. We are coming to the end of the show, and as is my usual practice, I always end by getting a little bit personal. So Cookie and Addis, fasten your seatbelts. Here it goes. Addis, we'll start with you. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to work at studying blood diseases, particular diabetes. That is what I wanted to go to. I wanted to be in medical school, and then I got to college, and organic chemistry kicked my butt.
Monica.
I wanted to be a spy. You know, really, I just wanted to be a spy. My father used to watch James Bond movies, and that was something that we used to do together, and I wanted to be a spy.
Addis, if you had to describe yourself using 3 words, what would they be?
Audacious, assertive, authentic.
Monica.
Ooh, authentic, real, compassionate. What about you, Kica?
Oh my God.
Both questions to you. What did you want to do when you were
I have to keep going. I only have 3 minutes. Addis, if they made a movie of your life, what would it be about? And which actor would you want to play you?
If they made a movie about my life, it would really be about my passion. And I think I already would have a title. It would be called Venus and Scorpio. And my go-to actress would probably be Rosario Dawson.
Oh, yeah. Monica.
What was the question again?
If they made a movie of your life, what would it be about? And which actor would you want to play you?
Oh boy, who would I want to play me? I would have to say Angela Bassett. She's a badass.
And what would the movie be about?
What would the movie be about? Someone who just keeps on going and going like the Energizer Bunny.
Beautiful.
That's right. What about you, Kica? You got 3 minutes left.
Oh, somebody's commenting. Reina, this is some real history. Thanks for sharing. Wait a second. This is new. There's some comments. And I have, let's see if I can find the camera, which just managed to, let me share some comments here on the chat. This is from Reina Leon Sanchez. Wow, this is some real great history. Thanks for sharing. Priceless from Iman Hameen. Good to see you, Addis.
Hey.
And then she says, same with me, organic chemistry is no joke.
Took me out.
On that note, folks, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you to Addis, to Monica, and to Natasha for joining us today. Thank you, Harry, our amazing producer, for putting this show together. For all of those listening, I ask that you to do 2 things. Come to our opening, April 9th, at Citywide Youth Coalition offices, 928 Chapel Street, 6 p.m. Saturday, April 9th. Bring someone with you. We will have food and drinks. I also ask that you do something for the cause of justice this month. And until the next one, here is wishing you a warm spring and many more days of sunshine. Thank you all.
Nos vemos.
Bomba.
Bye, Kica.
Thank you.
Ibaratili